Dallas, I'm very disappointed. My favorite WNBA team, the Dallas Wings, are currently 1-9, have the worst record in the league. We're worse than the expansion team to start the season. We're the only team in the league with 1 win. Every other team has 2 or more wins. We're struggling at the bottom of the ocean in the WNBA. I don't even know where to start at with this team. Like, it's just been such a down season. And Paige has only played 6 games out of the 10 because she's been out with an injury. But there's still no excuse for how much we've been losing, because we was even losing with Paige in the lineup. The 1 win we got was with her in the lineup, so we're 0-4 without her in the lineup, which don't really matter because we were 1-5 before that. So what difference did it make, really? She probably could have added something in a few of these losses, but some of these losses we lost by double digits anyways. So it's like, it's such a frustrating way to start the season. To run down the stats of how bad we've been this season, and on when this video will be out, because our next game is on Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna drop this video on Tuesday. But let me see who our next game is against in the Commissioner's Cup. Our next game is against it's on Wednesday versus the Phoenix Mercury. Who might not win that, because Phoenix has been surprising me this season. But what y'all are here for, what y'all clicked on the video for, Dallas Wings. We currently had a 5th worst field goal percentage in the league at 41.2. Also has a 5th worst 3-point percentage at 31.9, almost 32%. We're 4th best in free throws, but that's 79%, so it's still under 80, so I'm not happy about that. We're 1st in offensive rebounding at 119, the only team with 90+ rebounds. And that's sad because we aren't capitalizing on these extra possessions. We're getting extra possessions and we're still losing games. We have a 10% win percentage. A 10%. And then we're was a 3rd in defensive rebounding at 244. And so we closing out rebounds on the defensive end too, which is why some of these games have been close. But we still not capitalizing on the other end. We're 2nd in total rebounds at 363. But we're not capitalizing getting these rebounds. We're 1st in points in the league at 816. We'll score the most total points in the league. But we've had some of the most high-scoring games, which is not a good sign. We're 4th in assists at 214. But we also had our 4th most turnovers at 143. So even though we getting the assists, which don't really matter as far as team stats goes, because you gotta pass the ball, you gotta have good ball movement anyways. And then, but we're top 4 in turnovers, so that also doesn't help make anything better. We're top 5 in steals. We're tied with 4 of the Lynx and the Wings are tied in 4 and 5 for the 4th most steals at 73. And we're 1st in blocks with 48. So we're getting steals, we're getting blocks, we're getting rebounds, we're closing out possessions, we're playing good defense. And it's not just based off the stats. Like, our team has been playing solid defense, even though the games have been high scoring. They are leading the league in the defensive stats, but they have 1 win because they aren't able to capitalize. Because all these losses haven't been blowout losses, and I'm going to get into the losses in a second, but I'm still going through the stats. We are 2nd in personal fouls at 198. I forget who was 1st, but somebody at 1st had an egregious number of fouls. But that's not a good sign either. We need to be more disciplined. That's another reason why we can't win games. The team not disciplined, and you're just not going to win like that. And I've watched half of our games. Out of 10 games, I watched 5 of them because I'm concerned going into every game. I did see the 1 game that we won, but it's like, especially with Paige being out now, because it's like, that hurts our offense so much. There's not a go-to scorer on the team with Paige out. Because Enrique has been averaging 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, along with 1 steal, but she's shooting 34% from the field, 32% from 3, and 89% from the free throw line. She's shooting under 35% from 3 and under 40% from the field. That can't be our go-to scorer. She hasn't been consistent at all this season. She's averaging the most points per game this season, but she ain't been the best player on our team this year. Not this year, and it's just through 10 games. Like, this could turn around. Hopefully it does. It should. Paige in her 6 games averaging 14.7 points, 4.7 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, shooting 44% from the field, 33% from 3, 81 from the free throw line. And she was leading the rookies in assists per game. So she been playing. She was great in the games that she played. Hopefully she come back soon. But give credit to the other rookies. Sonya's Citron, Kiki Iriafin. They've been doing their thing with the Washington Mystics. They've been looking good over there. So they both gonna be in the running for Rookie of the Year along with Paige once she come back. But we gonna need her back soon because, like I said, we don't really got a go-to scorer. We've been relying on Dajane Carrington, who's one of my favorite players. She just won Most Improved last year. She averaging 12.6 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1.2 steals. But she's shooting 38% from the field, 29 from 3, and 94 from the field. I'd accept the 38 from the field if the 29, if the 3-point percentage wasn't so bad. She's shooting less than 30% from the free throw line. And we need her up at 35 to get some wins. Even at 33. Even if she at 33, maybe we should win some of these games that we done lost already. Because some of these have been embarrassing and some of these have been close. Maddie, she averaging 10 points and 5.4 rebounds. And she's shooting 44% from the field, but the 3-point percentage is 24%. It's just no need for her to shoot threes. Then she's shooting 55% from the free throw line, get in the lab. These are our 4 women averaging over double-digit points this season. But really, none of them been really. Paige, the only one that's been efficient for real. I mean, Maddie has too, but the free throw, actually, nah, that's a lie, because the free throw percentage and that 3-point percentage, that count too. I'm not just looking at the field goal percentage. Like, I could use true shooting, but I'm not going to waste my time because there's too many advanced metrics with that combined and all the stuff. Like, nah, it's unnecessary. Going by field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. We just simply got to be better. The bench simply got to do more. Like, the team can't just rely on Enrique and Dajane Carrington while Paige out, because we're not getting really anything out of anybody else. Dajane Carrington has stepped up the last 4 to 5 games. She's been putting up some numbers, but it ain't equated to no wins. We done lost 5 games in a row. We started the season on a 4-game losing streak and won 1 game versus Sun, who's in a complete reset. The Sun are in rebuild mode. The Connecticut Sun are in rebuild mode. I think they have one of the worst records in the league this year. I could be mistaken, but I know. But I'm pretty sure they got a bad record too, because it was the Phoenix Mercury and the Connecticut Sun that both had crazy resets. The Connecticut Sun are right above us. They 2-7. They just as bad as us, and one of our wins came against them. So I don't know who they beat 2 times, because we couldn't even beat the Chicago Sky. The way we started the season, we lost. And we done lost 3 games out of our 9 games. We done lost 3 by double digits. 2 of those games came against the Lynx. One of those was against the Sparks, who were doing bad somehow. Which on our first game of the season against the Lynx, I wasn't surprised we lost this game. We lost by 15. No shame in losing to Aja Wilson, who just won MVP. And then we lost our second game to the Storm by 8 points. Then we played the Lynx again, and it was a lot closer. We ended up losing by 4. I'm like, now that these games getting closer, maybe we can pull off a win. But no, we played the Atlanta Dream. We lose by 8 points. Now we 0-4 going into the game versus Connecticut Sun. And I don't remember what their record was at this point, but they've been bad all season. So we go into that game, and we whooped the Sun by 22 points. I was surprised who was able to pull that off. Then the game against the Chicago Sky, that's a game that Paige got injured. I forget how many minutes she played in that game. We lost that game by 5 points against the Sky. Now, if she finishes the game, then maybe we win, but we can't live in the past. We still lost at the end of the day. We still lost the game, so we can't just rewrite history. And we still lost, and we could have been. The Chicago Sky have 2 wins. They're 2-5. Both of their wins came against us, because they beat us again a few days later by 9 points. So you telling me we can't beat the Chicago Sky? Anything can happen. It's the WNBA, so anybody can lose at any given time. So we can't even get wins against the Sky. Our 1 win is against the Connecticut Sun. Then the Chicago Sky, who have 2 wins, they only wins came against us. That's crazy. Then we played the Sparks, and we played the Storm again, losing by 6 points. So both our games against the Storm have been less than 10-point losses. But they just They just come up more clutch than us, I guess, because even though Paige didn't play, we still had a chance. We still had chances in some of these games. The second Sky game and the second Storm game, we both had chances in. We just wasn't able to capitalize. Then the 14-point loss to the Sparks, 16-point loss to the Lynx. It's like, this is unexcusable. We're not getting good offense really from anybody. Like, it's hard. It's really hard, and I'm going to see if I can go back to some of these games, because some of this is really embarrassing. The loss we just had by 16 against the Lynx. I ain't even see this game. Like, I tried to watch it, wasn't able to. I was like, I'm fine. The Dodgers and Carrington went 2-9 in our last game. I don't even know who this is. Louisa, you're gonna got a solder? Who is that? She went 2-7. Arike had 26 in our last game that we just lost, but she went 6-20. She went 6 of 11 from 3, but you missed all 9 of your shots inside the 3-point line. What sense does that make? How is that even feasibly possible? That's what I'm talking about. We can't generate offense. Arike she's only hitting threes, which don't even make sense because she's shooting 34% from the field and 32 from 3. And then all of a sudden she just hitting threes and we still lose. Maddie had 15 points, and JJ Quinterly, she went 2-8. Nalissa Smith went 1-5. Nalissa Smith really ain't did nothing for us this season. Like, she ain't added nothing. Like I said, it's no shame in losing to the Lynx, because, like, obviously the Lynx, especially with Paige being out, but it's like, can we at least be consistent? Like, we've been consistently bad. But can we at least keep these games close? Can we at least should we not be at 3 wins right now? We could easily be 3-7 or 4-6. Us being 1-9 is nasty work. Even with Paige out, we had opportunities to win games and fumbled it. It's just a very disappointing start to the season. I just had to get my thoughts out. But yeah, the WNBA fun to watch. I enjoy it. But my Dallas Wings been disappointing me. I was expecting us to be like an 8th seed. Like, that still could happen, but I'm losing faith early in the season. It's still 34 games to go, and then we'll see. This video will be out on Tuesday, so it'll be right before the game that we play on Wednesday. So hopefully we can win that, even though we probably won't. Versus who we play again? Yeah, the Phoenix Mercury. Hopefully we can win that game. We might. If we not, then that might be wraps. But us being 1-9 already, one of the worst ways to start. And even with the 4 extra games that being added, that might not matter for us at the end of the season. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment what y'all thought, and share the video.